Close your eyes and breathe in the quiet luxury of a perfectly balanced room. Can you feel it? That ineffable quality where light caresses limestone walls with nature's own tenderness, where silence amplifies the whispered stories held within centuries-old oak grain, each ring a testament to seasons past. Biophilic elegance, scale, lighting, and texture techniques for nature-inspired, refined spaces. Welcome, dear friends, to a journey beyond mere decoration, into the very soul of sophisticated living, where nature and refinement dance as one. Today, we unlock the secrets that transform houses into living sanctuaries of timeless grace. Are you ready to discover how a single bronze sconce, inspired by branch forms, can rewrite the poetry of an entire room? How proportions found in nature can make your heart skip a beat every time you enter your home. Picture yourself walking through spaces where every surface, every shadow, every subtle texture has been orchestrated to sing in nature's perfect harmony. Imagine trailing your fingers along walls that seem to breathe with life, where mohair upholstery, drawn from Angora goats, worn smooth by generations, tells stories without words. This is the world we're about to enter together, a realm where biophilic design becomes dialogue, where your home whispers truths older than the ancient trees that inspire its forms. Subscribe to Opalux and join me in mastering the art of nature-refined living. Together, we'll explore how true elegance isn't about following trends. It's about creating spaces that honor both our primal connection to nature and our sophisticated sensibilities. Rooms that feel like coming home to the earth itself. In the next half hour, you'll discover the 6 foundational pillars of enduring biophilic design. From the subtle alchemy of earth tone neutrals to the transformative power of natural light. From nature's golden mathematics to the sensual poetry of organic textures. Each revelation will bring you closer to creating your own sanctuary of natural sophistication. So settle in, perhaps with a cup of something warm, and prepare to see your spaces with new eyes. Because by the time we're finished, you'll understand why true elegance flows like water rather than stands rigid, and how the most refined homes are those that age like living organisms, growing richer, deeper, and more beautiful with every passing season. mastering timeless earth tone neutrals for biophilic living spaces. Picture this morning light filtering through raw silk drapes, painting toasted almond walls in shades of honey and cream, nature's own palette at work. Can you see how the light dances differently on each natural surface? This, my dear friends, is where our journey into timeless neutrals begins. Not in limitation, but in liberation through nature's infinite spectrum. Welcome to the art of orchestrating warmth, texture, and restraint into a symphony of biophilic serenity. Here, in this sanctuary of quiet intention, we'll discover how earth tone neutrals transcend the mundane through precision layering. Imagine cream travertine floors with delicate veining that echoes the grain of a cerussed oak console, each element drawn from nature's quarry and forest, singing in perfect harmony. The magic lies in what I call biomimetic disruption. Picture a honed basalt coffee table, its volcanic origins bringing the drama of ancient landscapes to celestial linens woven from flax. Feel the contrast of velvet cushions in oxidized silver catching light differently than their flaxen linen companions. This is nature's secret. Earth tones thrive through their inherent geological and botanical diversity. Let me share with you the 7-2-1 texture rule that transforms ordinary into extraordinary. 7 parts matte surfaces. Think limestone walls formed over millennia and unbleached cotton grown in fields. 2 parts organic sheen, perhaps raw silk, spun by silkworms or wire-brushed oak, revealing its growth rings. 1 part pure luminosity, those gilded book spines catching afternoon sun like autumn leaves, or vintage mercury glass vessels reflecting nature's own light. But here's what truly sets biophilic spaces apart: choosing materials that age with nature's grace. Watch how a brushed nickel lamp base develops its soft patina beside limestone's geological coolness. Notice how linen slipcovers grow softer with time, their gentle creases becoming a record of life lived in harmony with natural materials. This palette evolves as the seasons do, subtly, gracefully, naturally. Avoid the trap of monochromatic flatness through nature's own diversity. A 6-inch mocha border framing chalky ivory walls like tree bark against pale sky. The raw-edged jute rug delineating conversation areas while bringing the texture of natural fibers indoors. And always, always invite nature's direct influence. Perhaps a lichen-flecked branch positioned where sunlight transforms it hourly, its organic asymmetries soothing against the precision of sustainably sourced millwork. Remember, These rooms teach us that neutrals aren't a restriction, but nature's own sophisticated palette. When you're freed from artificial color trends, you invest in the timeless hues of the natural world. That caramel leather Chesterfield, it will age iron tree bark, gaining character. Those unpainted plaster walls, they'll deepen like canyon stone, holding the very essence of your home's living story. Natural light mastery, biophilic lighting techniques for living spaces. Watch as the sun sets behind sheer curtains, transforming your room into a forest grove dappled with golden light. Can you feel how natural light changes everything? How it sculpts not just space, but our circadian rhythms themselves. Welcome to the masterclass, where illumination becomes nature's own choreography. Close your eyes and imagine an alabaster pendant, casting its gentle glow over a limestone dining table. The light diffused through ribbed glass to mimic dawn's first tender rays through morning mist. This, dear friends, is where we learn that biophilic luminosity isn't measured in watts, but in wellness. The gravity of a bronze floor lamp inspired by arcing branches. The levity of recessed LEDs tracing coffered ceilings like filtered sunlight through a canopy. The art of truly biophilic lighting lies in circadian layering. First, we establish ambient foundations, plaster sconces emitting veiled washes across textured walls like sunlight on bark. Next comes task lighting, those articulated brass arms directing pools of clarity, their warm glow calibrated to sunset hues. Finally, accent illumination serves as nature's punctuation, concealed LED strips highlighting the grain of wooden bookcases, vintage crystal chandeliers fracturing light into prismatic patterns like sunlight through water droplets. But here's the secret of biophilic lighting, making natural materials your light's collaborator. Picture a fluted glass console filtering backlight like morning sun through reeds. Imagine hammered nickel drawer pulls scattering light like dappled shade across your morning routine. In these elevated spaces, even shadow serves nature's purpose. A darkened alcove frames a bronze sculpture's organic silhouette, while sheer drapes soften harsh midday glare into the gentle light of a forest clearing. Your home should honor nature's daily rhythms. Morning finds motorized shears parting to greet angled sunlight that warms bleached oak floors, wood that once grew in that very light. Evening brings dimmable LEDs, tuned to amber, recreating the warmth of firelight our ancestors gathered around. These automated systems hide gracefully within crown moldings, technology serving our connection to natural cycles, never announcing itself. True biophilic sophistication celebrates natural materials as light's partner. A single pendant in unlacquered brass evolves alongside your life, its deepening patina marking seasons like tree rings. Ribbon-thin perimeter lighting elevates travertine walls, stone formed by ancient springs, without competing with hand-poured concrete counters. Remember, light should flow like water. It should guide naturally, highlighting the authentic beauty of materials drawn from earth. These rooms prove lighting's highest calling in biophilic design, recreating nature's own illumination. The way a linen shades organic fibers cast delicate patterns at twilight. How moonlight through a hallway window makes bronze door handles gleam like beetles' shells. Master this natural approach to light, and you'll craft spaces that don't merely shine. They breathe with the rhythm of the natural world. Nature's proportions, biophilic scale, and organic design principles. Stand in the doorway of your favorite room and really feel, how the space embraces you like a forest clearing. Does it lift your spirits skyward like a cathedral of trees, or wrap you in the cozy intimacy of a woodland den? This, my friends, is nature's own language of scale and proportion, speaking truths that rigid geometry could never articulate. Welcome to the study of organic equilibrium, where we discover how nature's proportions transcend mere measurements to become living architecture. Picture a soaring, vaulted ceiling. Magnificent, yes, but see how its grandeur finds grounding through a low-profile basalt fireplace carved from volcanic stone. Notice how 8-foot drapery panels frame rather than overwhelm mullioned windows, their graceful folds echoing the natural drape of willow branches. The mastery of biophilic scale begins with understanding nature's own ratios. Observe how a generous 9-foot sectional follows the golden spiral found in shells and ferns, its substantial form anchored by a hammered bronze coffee table whose surface mimics water-worn stone. Now contrast this with a petite reading nook where floor-to-ceiling bookshelves curve like a hollow tree trunk, creating natural compression that feels protective rather than confining. Here's what separates ordinary rooms from biophilic sanctuaries, embracing asymmetry as nature does. Imagine the intentional irregularity when a sculptural pendant hangs lower than convention dictates, its organic form playing against the fluid grain of travertine flooring. Picture a 19th century armoire, its carved wood telling stories of the trees it came from, juxtaposed against raw-edged stone surfaces. These natural variations create the visual interest that makes spaces feel alive. Let me share the invisible mathematics that nature provides. The golden ratio guides unseen, recessed shelving divided at proportions found in nautilus shells, artwork hung to align with the natural sight lines of those who dwell there. Even materials conspire in this dance. A monolithic onyx countertop feels approachable when its natural veining echoes the fractal patterns in your mosaic backsplash, both born from Earth's geological artistry. But here's what truly matters: scaling spaces to honor both human comfort and natural flow. Choose round dining tables that echo tree rings and encourage circular conversation. No harsh corners to interrupt energy flow. Calibrate your sectional's depth to support the body's natural posture, like ergonomic stones smoothed by rivers. These organic calculations yield the visible magic of rooms that feel neither vacant nor cluttered, but naturally, perfectly balanced. Remember, biophilic proportions are your gift to everyone who enters. Doorways that curve like cave openings, heightening the drama of arrival through organic form. Alcoves that enfold visitors like protective tree hollows. By treating scale as nature does, with flowing variation rather than rigid rules, you craft rooms that honor both our bodies and our deep-seated need for natural shelter. Living textures, biophilic material techniques for sensory spaces. Run your hand along the wall of a truly biophilic room. What do you feel? Not just surface, but the living story of materials drawn from earth, shaped by time. This is where we discover texture's true power in biophilic design, its ability to create sensory connections that link us directly to the natural world. Welcome to the exploration of nature's tactile poetry, where every surface speaks of its origin. Picture rough-hewn travertine floors, limestone transformed by ancient hot springs, grounding gossamer linen drapes woven from flax. Can you feel the millennia of formation in that contrast? Imagine a nubby alpaca throw, wool from high mountain pastures, softening the clean angles of a polished steel console. These carefully curated natural oppositions create depth without clutter. The foundation of biophilic textural master lies in honest materials, surfaces that proudly display their origins. Observe how a reclaimed oak beam's weathered fissures find kinship in crackle glaze ceramic vases, their shared imperfections telling stories of seasons and time. Notice how suede-clad walls don't just absorb sound, they bring the texture of hide indoors, teaching us about nature's own acoustic solutions. Let me guide you through nature's own textural balance. 70% of your surfaces should whisper. Think matte limestone walls formed over epochs, polished concrete floors mimicking river stones, smooth linen upholstery from plant fibers. The remaining 30%, this is where Earth's drama unfolds. Knurled cabinet pulls that echo tree bark, hand-carved lintels revealing wood grain, a single fluted marble fireplace whose veining maps ancient geological movements. But here's what elevates biophilic design: sophisticated layering that honors living systems. Picture a shagreen tray, actually ray skin, resting on a mirror-polished table, its marine texture magnifying the surface's liquid calm. Imagine raw-edged linen slipcovers gaining unexpected grounding beside sleek nickel floor lamps inspired by reed forms. These choices prove that natural restraint isn't minimalism, it's biomimicry at its finest. Ground your textural story with nature's own artistry. A live-edge walnut shelf displaying its growth history while supporting carefully stacked books. Its organic sprawl contrasting with precise steel brackets. Fiddle leaf fig leaves casting their shadows over jute rugs woven from plant fibers. Living textures conversing with crafted ones in an ancient dialogue. The result? Spaces that feel neither sterile nor overwhelming, but vibrantly, authentically connected to the living world. Remember this: texture's highest purpose in biophilic design is fostering our primal connection to nature. The satisfaction of tracing the growth rings in burl wood cabinetry, the way afternoon sunlight reveals the cellular structure in cork walls. The comfort of sinking into furniture upholstered in wool that still carries the lanolin of sheep. By orchestrating these natural touch points throughout your space, you create rooms that don't merely exist. They invite constant tactile exploration, keeping us connected to the living world. Bridging time, fusing natural heritage with contemporary biophilic design. What if I told you that the most sophisticated biophilic spaces are those that honor both ancient natural wisdom and modern sustainable innovation. That true elegance blooms where centuries-old wood meets contemporary, eco-conscious design. Welcome to the art of temporal fusion in biophilic design, where we discover how to weave nature's timeless materials with today's environmental innovations. Picture this, a 19th century walnut credenza, its patina speaking of the forest's generations, anchoring translucent chairs made from recycled ocean plastic that mimic jellyfish transparency. Can you feel the dialogue between heritage and innovation? The way each era's approach to nature enriches the other. This is where biophilic design transcends trends to become timeless testimony to our evolving relationship with Earth. The key to mastering this fusion lies in material conversations across time. Imagine a carved teak bed frame, its arabesque motifs inspired by vine patterns, finding subtle echoes in parametric screens that mirror fractals. Picture a Biedermeier secretary desk crafted from now precious hardwood, standing beside a minimalist brass floor lamp whose form follows bamboo's natural nodes. The formula that never fails. Honor traditional natural materials while embracing innovative, sustainable alternatives. Natural patinas become your bridge across centuries. Watch how oxidized bronze drawer pulls warm concrete walls, made with recycled content, their earned patina echoing the soul of adjacent ceramics glazed with ash. See how hand-planed oak flooring, each board telling its growth story, absorbs the potential harshness of polished nickel accents inspired by water droplets. Even color becomes your connector. Faded mineral pigments resurface in contemporary, recycled glass tiles, binding eras through Earth's own palette. Here's what separates ordinary spaces from evolutionary biophilic sanctuaries. Respecting nature's wisdom while embracing progress. A chinoiserie screen depicting ancient forests, reglazed with solar panel glass, becomes both relic and resource. Georgian moldings carved from old-growth timber, painted in mushroom-derived pigments, shed their formality while retaining their botanical poetry. These thoughtful interventions don't erase natural history. They show how our relationship with nature evolves. The practical magic happens when you match nature's weight across time periods. An ornate mirror framed in reclaimed tropical mudwood finds its perfect partner in a monolithic linen sofa stuffed with sustainable kapok, both commanding equal presence through their natural origins. Resist literal repetition. Instead, let natural patterns whisper their connections. the rhythm of a fluted marble column subtly repeated in bamboo room dividers. Their shared verticality mimicking forest groves across centuries. Remember, these rooms prove that biophilic design honors both preservation and progress. A 1920s apothecary cabinet displaying contemporary ceramics made from local clay. A mid-century pendant crafted from sustainable wood, casting its glow over an 18th century desk where you work on tomorrow's environmental solutions. Through this curated dialogue between natural heritage and sustainable innovation, you create spaces that respect the past while nurturing the future. Interiors where tradition and transformation root together like companion plants. Biophilic living, wellness design elements that connect daily life to nature. Lean in close, for I'm about to share the ultimate secret of biophilic living. True natural sophistication doesn't announce itself. It lives in the moments where your daily rituals seamlessly connect you to the living world. This is where design's highest purpose reveals itself, in the quiet luxury of spaces that nurture both body and biosphere. Welcome to the realm of integrated biophilia, where thoughtful details transform everyday routines into moments of natural connection. Picture millwork drawers containing aromatic cedar, nature's own moth deterrent, aligned to your fingertips' reach. Their dovetail joints celebrating wood's structural integrity. Imagine kitchen herb gardens built into windowsills at perfect harvesting height, making the simple act of cooking feel like foraging in your own indoor meadow. The sophistication extends to how your spaces breathe. Notice the fresh air flowing through rooms, natural ventilation systems that mimic wind patterns, bringing outdoor air through living wall filters. Hemp insulation regulating temperature naturally while sequestering carbon. These are rooms that actively improve your health while treading lightly on earth. sanctuaries where wellness and sustainability meet like confluence of clear streams. Let me introduce you to furniture that connects you to nature's rhythms. Motion-activated lights with circadian-aligned spectrums greet your midnight wanderings with moonlight's gentle glow. Closet systems crafted from bamboo, grass that grows faster than you can use it, that illuminate at dusk. Their warm LED halos making choosing natural fiber clothing feel like selecting from nature's own wardrobe. This is technology honoring our biological needs, automated grace that preserves our connection to natural cycles. Feel how biophilic textures guide you through healthier days. The cool touch of limestone, formed in ancient seas, announcing your arrival in the kitchen. A wool-cotton blend rug beneath your reading chair, its natural fibers regulating humidity while its pile compresses into ergonomic support. Even floors become wellness features. Cork's natural antimicrobial properties in yoga spaces. Smooth stone leading to areas of rest. Textured wood encouraging barefoot connection to earth. Here's where biophilic luxury truly flourishes, in nature's own systems supporting daily life. A spice cabinet on pivots that mirror a plant's heliotropic movement. Living moss walls in home offices that boost creativity while producing oxygen. Built-in planters at desk height where you can touch soil while working. Studies show this simple act reduces cortisol. These natural servants of wellness make every interaction a moment of environmental connection. Even air becomes part of your biophilic story. Hand-carved teak shelves releasing their natural oils when warmed by sun. Hidden sachets of lavender and cedar in linen closets, providing nature's own aromatherapy. Water features that provide natural white noise while improving air quality through negative ion production. The very atmosphere curated to feel alive with the quiet vitality of living systems. This, dear friends, is biophilic design at its most profound. The art of creating spaces where human wellness and natural systems support each other. By perfecting this integration, we create homes for what matters most. The deep breath of purified air each morning. The ritual of watering plants that clean your atmosphere. The grounding feeling of natural materials beneath bare feet. These are the true architectures of biophilic refinement. Not just spaces that shelter, but living ecosystems that celebrate the exquisite symbiosis between human life and the natural world. enduring biophilic principles for living spaces that breathe. As our journey through the art of biophilic elegance draws to a close, I invite you to pause. Feel the weight of what we've discovered together. Can you sense how these natural principles have already begun to shift your perception of what home can truly be? We've wandered through rooms where Earth's own palette speaks in whispered poetry, where each shade of sage and sand tells nature's quiet story. We've learned how light becomes a living force, moving through spaces like sunlight, through forest canopies, supporting our circadian rhythms. We've discovered nature's own mathematics of proportion that makes hearts sing and souls settle. Together, we run our hands along textures drawn from the earth, creating dialogues between ancient natural wisdom and sustainable innovation. But here's what I hope resonates most deeply. Biophilic elegance isn't a destination, it's a living journey. Each morning when natural light wakes you gently, each evening when you water the plants that purify your air, each moment your hand touches live edge wood or natural stone, these aren't just design choices. They're acts of reconnection, investments in a life lived in harmony with the natural world. Think of how nature flows through these principles. The curved forms that echo riverbeds and tree branches. The materials that age like living things, gaining character with each season. These spaces remind us that enduring design needs no expiration date, only honest materials drawn from the earth and deep reverence for the ecosystems that sustain us. Remember, the most refined biophilic interiors are those that honor the poetry of natural living. The patina developing on copper planters marking years of growth. The way morning light finds that perfect spot on your bamboo counter, beginning countless days rooted in natural rhythm. These aren't imperfections. They're the very soul of biophilic living. Let these principles be your compass as you craft spaces that grow richer with time. Allow your walls to breathe with living systems. Let natural materials ground you daily in Earth's own timeline. Most importantly, create rooms that celebrate our place within nature, not separate from it, but woven into its very fabric. As you step back into your own spaces, see them with new eyes. Feel the potential waiting in every surface to connect you more deeply to the living world. Your home isn't just waiting to be decorated. It's waiting to become a living ecosystem that nurtures both your well-being and the planet's. Thank you for joining me on this exploration of biophilic elegance. May your spaces forever reflect not just refined taste, but the radiant beauty of a life lived in conscious connection with nature. Until we meet again, remember, true luxury flows like water, grows like gardens, and the most elegant homes are those that breathe with life itself.